The Arbiter's Wisdom. Part 1. In a land where storms rage eternal, there exists a lone monolith carved into the heart of the mountain, a relic of an ancient age. Atop this stone resides a figure cloaked in tempestuous clouds, his staff crackling with the fury of lightning. His name is long forgotten, but the stories call him the Arbiter. The legends say that when the world faces a crisis of justice, the Arbiter descends to deliver judgment. His power is not born of wrath but of balance, wielding the storm to ensure that fairness prevails. His judgments are swift, his punishments absolute, and his presence heralded by the roar of thunder. The kingdom of Galveth was a land gripped by chaos. Once a haven of prosperity, it had become a den of corruption, its leaders consumed by greed. The people suffered beneath oppressive rulers who drained the land's resources and silenced those who dared to speak against them. Whispers of rebellion began to stir, but hope was faint. Among the oppressed was a young healer named Delan. He traveled from village to village, offering what aid he could. In his heart burned a quiet anger, not for himself but for the countless lives ruined by the kingdom's decay. He carried an old tale from his grandmother, a story of the Arbiter, who would come when justice was needed most. One night, as Delan tended to the wounds of a beaten villager, a storm unlike any he had seen before rolled in. The sky darkened to a shade that seemed unnatural, and the air became charged with energy. Lightning danced across the horizon, and thunder rumbled like the voice of an ancient god. Delan turned his gaze to the mountains. The storm was centered there, its fury unlike anything natural. The villagers murmured, their voices tinged with both fear and reverence. "The Arbiter," one whispered. Delan felt a pull he could not ignore. Leaving the safety of the village, he set out toward the storm. The journey was perilous, the winds nearly knocking him from his feet, the rain a relentless torrent. Yet he pressed on, driven by the hope that justice might finally come to Galveth. At the peak of the mountain, Delan found the monolith. Lightning struck its surface repeatedly, illuminating the figure seated atop it. The Arbiter was an imposing sight, his beard flowing like storm clouds, his eyes glowing with the light of 1,000 strikes. His staff rested against the stone, its energy humming in harmony with the storm. The Arbiter's voice boomed, not from his mouth but from the very air around him. "Who dares approach the seat of judgment?